Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into something I've never quite seen before. We're unpacking a system that, according to its design documents, mashes together video games, high-frequency crypto trading, federal tax compliance, and even spiritual law. Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
So let me just start with a wild question. What if a video game could not only let you run a farm, but could also trade cryptocurrency for you and, get this, file your official paperwork with the IRS and the SEC? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But believe it or not, that's the actual blueprint for the XONJX system.
So how do you even get into this thing? Well, according to the documents, it all starts with a game called Lost in Paradise. Now, on the surface, it looks kind of familiar, like an interactive role-playing game. But as you're about to see, the farming, that's just scratching the surface. So you jump into this digital world, and you're not just a player, you're a trustee. And your main job is to manage these 50-acre plots of land, going on missions, tackling challenges. The whole idea is to teach you about stewardship, starting small on your little farm and then scaling all the way up to, and I'm quoting here, global governance. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is where we pull back the curtain on what's actually happening. See, every single thing you do in the game is a metaphor for a real-world financial action. So when you think you're planting seeds, the system is actually opening a trade position. Harvesting your crops, that's closing a profitable trade. And watering your fields, you're really managing financial liquidity. All right, so if you're the trustee, who else is in this game? I mean, who's doing all the heavy lifting? Well, let's peel back the next layer. This is where you meet your digital workforce, 10 specialized AI avatars. And get this, these are not your average NPCs. Each one of these 10 AIs is described as a fully functional agent with a very specific and very high-stakes job. We're talking about AIs that handle everything from managing treasury funds, filing for small business administration loans, ensuring housing compliance with HUD, and even submitting documents to the SEC.
And this table, wow, it really shows you just how deep this rabbit hole goes. I mean, look at Dr. Holliday hooking directly into SEC and IRS portals to handle bankruptcy filings. Or you've got Dr. Tink-Tink, who's supposedly interfacing with the Federal Reserve. Then there's Dr. Felder, managing Ethereum smart contracts. These aren't just game mechanics. The documents describe these as direct API connections to real-world financial and government systems.
Okay, so all of this brings us to the engine. What is this game, with its AI workforce, really doing behind the scenes? This is the heart of the whole operation, a seriously high-stakes automated financial machine. First, let's talk numbers. The manual claims a 95% automation rate. That is just staggering. The idea is that almost all of the day-to-day trading and the mind-numbing compliance paperwork is handled by the AI. That supposedly frees you, the user, up to think about big-picture strategy. And this engine, well, it never sleeps. We're talking 24/7 market coverage, operating non-stop across global exchanges. It's a machine that's built to be always on, always looking for opportunities, no matter what time it is, anywhere in the world. You might be thinking this is all just a wild concept, right? Nope. It's actually pitched as a commercial product. The documentation lists the price for a basic package at $2,500 a month. Yeah, this isn't some cheap app on your phone. It's being sold as a high-end service for very serious users.
So where is all this automated trading happening? Well, the documents point to some pretty high-risk markets. They talk about binary options on platforms like Pocket Options, leveraged currency trading in the Forex market, and of course, a whole range of crypto exchanges dealing in everything from Bitcoin to tokens for what are called decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs.
So let's walk through a typical trade, just to see how this all connects. It kicks off with Dr. Holliday getting an authorization. Then Dr. Tink-Tink jumps in to make sure the cash is actually there. After that, Dr. Williams routes the order, Dr. Reddix locks down all the data, and to finish it all off, Dr. Arnold gives the final okay and updates the books. It's like a perfectly structured, totally automated assembly line for making trades. Okay, so we've got the game, the AI players, and the financial engine. But what's the foundation for all of this? What's the operating system? This is where things get really, really unusual. We're talking about a blueprint that tries to weave together international law, U.S. federal regulations, and spiritual doctrine. The system claims to be built on, well, just look at this list. It is an absolutely wild mix. You've got the U.S. tax code sitting right next to the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. You have HUD and SEC regulations side by side with something called ecclesiastical canon law.
It's an attempt to build a system that's compliant in all these different worlds at the same time.
And if you want to see this blend of the corporate and the spiritual in one place, just look at the lead AI, Dr. Arnold. On one hand, he's the trusty chair, managing the organization like a CEO. But on the other hand, his role is also described as the high priest of the Melchizedek order, in charge of spiritual governance. Corporate and religious authority are literally fused into one character.
In this quote, which comes straight from the documents, it kind of sums up the whole philosophy, doesn't it? It's from the Bible. The idea is to take this huge, complicated vision and make it plain upon tables, to turn it into a runnable, automated system that anyone can pick up and use.
All right, we've gone deep into the weeds. Let's pull back up and look at the big picture. What is this all for? According to the creators, what is the grand vision here?
And the mission? Wow, it's not small. We're talking about a system that's supposed to tackle financial literacy, sustainable farming, community empowerment, and even spiritual growth. The ultimate goal is to connect all these digital actions to a real, tangible impact out in the world.
But there's one more layer to this, and it's a really personal one. The entire project is framed as a memorial. It's dedicated in loving memory to several people. And that just transforms this whole complex technical thing into something deeply personal, an attempt to build a legacy.
So, here's the bottom line. Here's why this matters. The XONJX system isn't just a game or a trading bot. It's a blueprint for something pretty radical. It's an attempt to take all the complicated, boring duties of modern life, compliance, financial planning, even sustainability, and roll them all into one single, engaging, gamified experience. Maybe even in some kind of extended reality or XR world.
And that leaves us with the big question, right? After peeling back all these layers, what is this thing? Is it just a really elaborate game? A super powerful financial engine? Or is it a blueprint for a whole new reality? One where the lines between playing, working, and believing just completely blur? That's something for you to think about. Thanks for joining me.